Hello everyone. So the PFRDA Grade A notification is announced and the time is very much limited, which is around 65 days. Now, in order to overcome this challenge, we have brought this well integrated study plan for you, which includes preparation for both phase 1 as well as phase 2. But before I share this comprehensive study plan, what I would like you to do, I would like you to go to the description box, click over the link, and from there you can download the syllabus for this examination. Now, let me tell you that this is not an ordinary syllabus because, of course, the official syllabus can be downloaded from the notification itself. But this syllabus is a decoded one. It will tell you that for what components you have to prepare which topics so that you can cover each and every component in a well detailed manner. So that is the approach. So please go to the description box and download this decoded syllabus. I hope it is clear to you. Now, in order to guide this session further ahead, I would like to invite Kritika ma'am. So Kritika ma'am, please tell students that where are we now and how they can use this approach, the approach that we have shared in the study plan in order to make the preparation more organized.
Okay. So thank you, sir. And where are we right now? So we are recording this video on 24th of June 2025. So here, now from today till 6th September, that is your phase 1 date. So till the phase 1, you have around 65 plus days. Okay. So from today till 6th September, that is your phase 1, you have around 65 plus days. Now from the phase 1 to phase 2, like the phase 2, this is going to be conducted on 6th of October. Your phase 2 is going to be conducted on 6th of October. So from today till the phase 2, you have around 95 plus days in which you have to prepare for the phase 1, for in which you have to prepare for the phase 2 also. Okay, so what we require from you and what you should be doing is that you should be allocating at least 5 hours daily, and this is a must do that you should be doing. And in the weekdays, so we have taken 5 hours daily even for the weekdays, but I hope that you know that for the weekends you have to invest more of the time. Okay, if you are a serious aspirant, do invest at least 8 to 10 hours in the weekends if you are investing 5 hours daily in the weekdays. Okay, so this is the idea that we have taken, and the 5 hours daily, even for weekend we have shown 5 hours daily, but we want you to from yourself to invest the 8 hours for the weekends. Okay, now coming to the 5 hours daily, so how you can divide it in between two slots, because there is a morning slot and there is a evening slot. So if you are a morning bird, so you can invest 3 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the evening. But if you are an night owl, let's say you want to study more in night, so you can invest more time in night and less time in morning, but you have to divide your day into two slots so that you are preparing well in both the slots, in the morning as well as evening. So this is in regards to where are we now and how much time you should be investing in the weekdays, in the weekends, and how much time actually you have in between today and the phase 1. You have around 65 plus days that you should be utilizing in a well manner, and how to utilize it, that we will tell in the study plan. Okay, so here is your overall plan for day 1 to day 6. We have allotted it for the management in the slot 1 and slot 2. For day 7 to day 13, then you have finance, then you have Companies Act, economics, pension and costing. Now each of the faculty for their own subject, they will be coming to tell you what are the important topics where you should be focusing on more. Okay, so I will invite Jalas sir to inform you about the management. Sir, please.
Right, ma'am. Thank you so much, and good morning or good afternoon to all of you. First, before I go to management, I would like to tell you about the plan again. See, over here, you will not see commerce and accounts because in so many less days, you cannot prepare for all the subjects. So, what we advise you is that if you complete management, finance, Companies Act, economics, pension, and costing up to day number 38, then you are all good to go with. And as Kritika ma'am has said, you have 65 plus days with you. So first 38 days you have to complete all the spatial components except commerce and accounts. Now you will ask me, sir, when should I do commerce and accounts? If not now, then when? So my answer will be that you have to do commerce and accounts after your phase 1, because after your phase 1 you will still have 30 days in your hand. Okay, so complete as much as possible before phase 1, and whatever is left you can complete it after your phase 1 as well. Moving forward to management first. Okay, so for management we have allocated 5 days only, and this is the beautiful syllabus of management. But what I advise you is that first you have to start with the basic chapters of management. First start with motivation, then communication, then leadership, then journal management, then HRM, and last but not the least, you also have to revise. Now, you will ask me, sir, definitely I cannot complete journal management in one full day. I totally agree, and I'm not even dividing you from that particular fact. But all these chapters may say you have to make sure that you are studying only the direct points. You are not going that much deep, because if you go deep, that will definitely lead to a lot of time, which you don't have right now. And we have assumed, right, that you are studying 5 hours daily from now. But on weekends, like for example, if you are having Sundays or Saturdays in your life, or if your office is off, or you are having any kind of holiday, then pick a big chapter like journal management and complete that particular chapter in, let's say, 8 to 10 hours. In 10 hours, so you can complete journal management twice, right? So please make sure that you use all these topics, and management is pure theoretical. Try to do it as much as possible. Jitna nahi ho raha hai, then you can do it after your phase 1 as well, or on your weekends. But these are my top 5 chapters which I have to do at all cost. And yes, revision a day keeps your doctor away, or sorry, your failure away rather. So do revise regularly in management and solve as many MCQs as possible. Now moving forward, I would like to call Jaskaran sir. He will guide you related to the finance syllabus. So over to you, Jaskaran sir.
Yes, sir. So basically, when we talk about finance, you can see the syllabus over here. Now, some of you might be afraid of the fact that this is finance and this would be very much challenging to cover. But let me tell you that this is not the core finance that students studies during their bachelor days, or during the master studies. This is, I would say, is a very general version of finance. And apart from that, these topics that are mentioned as a part of the syllabus, you don't have to enter a lot of details, because point number one, if you talk about the syllabus and if you talk about the previous year questions, so the nature of the question is that the question have been pretty much easy and at the moderate level. The second point is that you don't have enough time so that you could enter the details. So it is very important that you are keeping relevancy as a matter of priority. Now, if we talk about the most important or the priority areas that you have to cover as a part of the study plan, so you can see on day one you can go for bonds, day two for equity and debt market. For day 3, it is derivatives. Day 4, regulatory bodies and financial institutions. Day 5, inflation and alternative sources of finance. Day 6, direct and indirect taxes, FRBM Act and GST. And day 7 is revision. Now, the thing is that basically, as Jalil sir has told you, that these topics are there, but these topics are very much limited. You have to cover other areas also. But I would like to say that basically you have to focus upon the direct points only, as suggested by Jalil sir. You don't have to enter the details. And apart from that,
Moreover, sir, I would like to contribute one more point over here. Like, if you have summary sheets, you can use that as well. Because if you complete the entire videos and concept notes, that could take a lot of time.
yes.
So it's better to read to the point. That will help you a lot. For example, in the chapter of derivatives, so you just need to analyze the PYQs and you can skip the technical part. Like, for example, what is the payoff curve for put option and call option? So skip that technical part and just do the basic one. It's like you are doing the majority of the stuff and not everything. Over to you, sir. Any pro advice related to finance?
Yes, so the only advice I would like to say is that please don't try to cover everything, but whatever you are doing, do it properly. That's all I would like to say. Now, let us move on to the next part, which is basically the Companies Act. And for this, I would like to invite Jalad sir.
Thank you, Jaskaran sir. Now for Companies Act, my friend, again, Companies Act and management are pure theory. Over here, there is no role of any, I would say, current affairs also. Yes, in Companies Act, there are some provisions which they can ask from current affairs, but the chances of them are very, very low. Okay. So for Companies Act, the best thing is that they have clearly defined that what are the chapters they're going to ask. And in Companies Act, again, there are multiple, I would say, sections, penalties, provisions, and whatnot. So make a fact sheet if possible. Try to note all the important points. And if you have summary sheet of EduTap, take a print of it so your noting work will be sorted down, and make sure that you are highlighting all the important stuff, because later on you can revise with this particular document which you have made right now. So what will be my plan of approach for Companies Act? First of all, I'm dedicating 5 days, and in 5 days, first I will do chapter 3 and chapter 4 of Companies Act 2013, not of 1956. Day 2, I am doing chapter 8 and 12. Chapter 8 and 10, sorry, 8 and 10 are very, very important. Then on day 3, I am doing chapter 11 and 12. On day 4, I am doing chapter 27. And last but not the least is revision. For every component, be it management, finance, Companies Act, economics, and whatnot, revise. Because if you are not able to revise, you are hitting yourself with a stone. Okay, so this is all about Companies Act. Now allow me to move forward to the next component, which is your economics. And for economics, I will call Kritika ma'am.
Okay. So here, see, economics, in the economics, the problem is that the chapters or the topics are very much interrelated. Okay, and if you want to understand a particular topic like ISLM, you have to cover the chapters like Keynesian theory and the demand and supply of the money. Okay, so here it is not a it is not a good idea to leave a particular chapter, but I will tell you that how you can continue and what topic you can pick first. Okay, that's why we have given 8 days for economics, because you have to cover most of the chapters here. It is not beneficial to leave any of the chapter. Okay, so here first you should start with demand and supply, and we have given 1 day for demand and supply. So in the first day, when you start demand and supply, let's say in the morning you are finishing the demand and supply, and in the evening you have to do the elasticity. Okay, elasticity of demand, because the questions do come from elasticity also. So this is a part of demand and supply, but this is also a very big topic, so we consider it separately. Okay, so demand and supply, day 1, elasticity also you have to do with that. In day 2, market structure. Now in the market structure, do the basics of the market structure, basic feature characteristics of market structure, the theories for now, the different theories that are there, that you can leave for now. Just focus on the characteristics of the market structure, the Kuhnot model and the Bertrand model. In these models you should not be going at this point of time when you have less days for the phase 1. Just do the characteristics of the market structure, and if you are like in the Kuhnot model, in the Bertrand model, just one line, what is the model all about, just in 2-3 lines that you can read, not more than that, not too much in depth. Then monetary policy and fiscal policy. Now this is a part of your like economics, that is a very important part, monetary policy and fiscal policy. So do the monetary policy and fiscal policy in detail. Like you should know about the different tools, not too much in detail, but you must be aware about the different tools and such. Okay, then national income, we have given 1 day for the national income, because there are a lot of conversions and formulas and such. Okay, then coming to day 4, classical and Keynesian approach, and with this classical and Keynesian approach, then do the consumption function. They are somehow interrelated, the Keynesian approach and the Keynesian consumption function. Okay, then multiplier and accelerator. So these are the topics that you should be doing in the line wise manner. Then the demand and supply for money, and day 7 will be for your ISLM model and your balance of payment. So do the ISLM model, go too much in depth, just have the basic idea of the ISLM model and then do the balance of payment. Okay, so here we have covered most of the things: demand and supply, market structure, national income, then classical and Keynesian theory, consumption function, multiplier and accelerator, demand and supply for money, ISLM. Now here inflation will be covered in your finance, but do the Phillips curve. Like do the Phillips curve here, if you have the time or during the revision, you can pick the Phillips curve, because from Phillips curve we have seen various questions that come, direct questions, easy questions also come from the Phillips curve. So you should be having the basic understanding of the Phillips curve. Okay, so this is the idea about economics. We have given enough of the days for economics, so do study it, and in the manner we have given, you can start with it. Okay, and if you have any query, we are always there for helping you. Okay, so
Right. So that was economics, and economics, so we have given the highest number of days because the concept is technical over here. Sometimes the chapter becomes technical. Now let's move forward ahead in the plan. And if you see, till now we have completed what? Till now we have completed management. And yes, please understand that you have to study management in both the slots for initial first 6 days. Okay, so subah bhi you are studying management, and in evening also you are studying management. So for first 38 days you have to do complete all the spatial components. There should be no preparation for phase 1 paper 1, which is QRE. Okay, because all these subjects, my friend, will again be asked in phase 2. So focus on them initially, because आपका selection इन पे depend होने वाला है, right? Then you have your finance, Companies Act, economics. Now we are moving to pension, because PFRDA is a regulatory body for pension only. Now in pension, the details are very much clear. The most two important topics are your APY, Atal Pension Yojana, and National Pension System. So I have dedicated separate days for these two schemes, or you can say these two components. Okay. Now in APY and NPS, you have to read as much as you can, because definitely a question will come from these two topics. On day 1, you can just read the introduction, that what are the different type of pension systems in India, and what are some major challenges, and what is the current state of the pension sector in India. Day 2, APY. Day 3 is NPS. And on day 4, you have to read something about, I would say, what annuity plans, right? And then you also have to read about some pension related schemes, like you have Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, Pradhan Mantri, if I'm not able to wrong, Ministry of Labor and Unemployment. You just have to go on their website. You will find multiple schemes which are related to pension as well. Okay, so read about those schemes. Then in the last, you also have to do revision for day number 5. So this is all about my pension component. And yes, there is one chapter which is basics of investment, but every now and then this chapter is there, but there is no question asked from this particular scheme. Okay. So this is all about pension. And yes, you have to make sure that you are doing this component well with other different components which we have discussed so far. Now allow me to move ahead to the last component of this particular plan, which is your costing. Again, some student will ask, is costing doable in 7 days? The answer is no. The answer is perfectly no. For costing, you require at least 15 days, assuming that you are a newbie. But seeing the number of days which we have, seeing the number of hours which we have to make sure that we are able to do some 60 to 70% of costing. Okay, if not all. Now, first you have to start with what? First you have to start with introduction to costing, and you also have to cover a chapter related to management costing, in which you read about fixed cost, variable cost, and something like that. Okay. Then on day 2 and day 3, you have to cover some specific type of costings. Like we have process costing, we have output costing, we have activity based costing. So whatever you are able to cover, just cover it. If you are not able to cover, let's say process costing, then leave it. But if you are able to cover ABC costing, which is your activity based costing, so do that. So jitna ho sake, that much you have to do in these 2 days. Okay. But if you are not able to mug up, if you are not able to revise, if you are not able to learn the new concepts, it's okay. You can skip these two topics and you can directly come to day 4, which is standard costing, day 5 marginal costing, and day 6 is the lean system and innovation. See, if I tell you that the most important chapter in costing is lean system and innovation, definitely if you analyze the PYQs of SEBI and PFRDA, every now and then questions are coming from this particular topic. So the top priority towards costing has to be given toward lean system and innovation, but you have to keep it as last, because first you have to build your basics in costing. Okay. Yes, marginal costing and standard costing might look tough, but practice the basic numericals, like level 1 numericals. If you have time, then go to level 2, and if you have time, then go to level 3. Okay. But this is all about costing. I am again saying you cannot complete costing in just 7 days, but try to complete at least 50 to 60%. That's it for costing. Now let's move ahead in the plan. So till now, if you see, we have completed all the different components of management, finance, companies act, economics, pension, costing. Okay. So this is about my 6 components which I have done. One is left, which is your commerce and accounts, which I will do once I clear the phase, once I move ahead from phase 1 to phase 2. Okay. Now, from day 39 onwards, you have to give specific 20 days towards QRE, which is a quant reasoning in English. And I would like to call Jaskaran sir to brief about that, sir, how we have to build our QRE preparation.
Yes, regarding QRE preparation, I would like you to remember one mantra, that amplify your strength and work upon your weakness up to that extent that you are able to solve at least easy to moderate level questions. Let us say, for example, if you are good at distance, speed, and time, fine, and you are good at it, you are able to solve questions. So amplify this topic, amplify the preparation for this topic in such a manner that if any type of question, be it easy, moderate, or difficult, is asked in the examination, you are able to tackle it. The second is, for example, let us say it is simple interest and compound interest, and let us say this is a type of topic that you would not like to study, you are not able to get most of the questions get corrected. So what you can do in this case, that prepare in such a manner that your preparation should be up to such a level that if an easy question is asked or a moderate level question is asked, you are able to mark your answer correctly. So that is the idea that you have to follow. Apart from that, second thing that I would like to suggest, that if you are going through the previous year questions, fine, so from that document, what you can do, you can also analyze that what could be the important priority areas that you need to consider, and apart from that, what could be the difficulty level with respect to different areas that you are preparing. So keeping these things in mind, you can guide your QRE preparation ahead, because this component is very important. You cannot skip to afford it. Out of 80, I would say 60 questions are asked from QRE only in the phase 1. So it is very important that you are not neglecting this QRE component. So I hope it is clear to you. Now coming to the last part, which is basically the current affair and GA. Now regarding GA, what you can do, a very straightforward approach is required. You don't have to run here and there. You just have to follow what you have to follow, the monthly magazines with respect to it. The only mantra with respect to GA is that study a topic, revise it, revise it, revise it, and revise it multiple times. And apart from that, do not forget to solve the mock test papers. It is very important. Fine, so that whatever you have learned, you are able to practice it in a exam oriented manner. So now I would like to call Jalaj sir. Would you like to give some insights, sir?
Right. So this is from day 39 to day 59. And in the last 5 days, which is your day 60 till day 61. Okay. So we are assuming that on day 65, your phase one will happen. So you also have to do practice. So practice mocks in morning and in evening slot. So if you do this much, I hope you will be able to prepare in the best manner for the upcoming PFRD grade A exam. Now, before we end, we will just like to show you that EduTap is offering multiple courses related to PFRDA, but our two flagship courses, which you can see right now, is PFRD Grade A Gold course and PFRD Grade A Silver course. In Gold course, you will get all the materials which is required for phase 1, phase 2 and interview. But in Silver course, you will only get phase 2 and interview material. Okay, and the quality of material is very good. We are providing you videos, we are providing you notes, we are providing you summary sheet, and we are also providing you chapter wise previous year questions for all the spatial components. Okay, and for phase 1 components, we are providing you videos, solve previous year question, and multiple quizzes so that you can excel in the preparation of PFRD grade A. So this is the discount which we are running right now, PFRD 70, which will reduce the cost price by 70%, and you can buy these courses by clicking on buy now. That's it for this particular video. Now if I come back to the PPT, thank you for watching this particular session, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you still have any doubt, if you still have any query, write down your doubts or your query on the comment box. That's it. Have a good day ahead.